So recently I reached 10,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and right off the bat I would say that it wasn't easy. So in this video I want to share some of the lessons, mistakes and key takeaways that I learned in the year and a half that I've been posting consistently here on YouTube to hopefully inspire you, whether you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel or if you've already started one, to keep on going. First of all, I'm no expert and I still consider myself a small YouTuber. I've got a long way to go and many things I still need to learn, but what I can share with you is my experience and some of the things that have worked for me. To backtrack on my story, I started taking YouTube seriously about April 2019. So it's been about a year and a half of posting consistently on YouTube. It took almost a year to see any significant growth on my channel. Since then, a whole world of opportunity came my way and I was able to monetize my YouTube channel, which essentially means you get paid from YouTube for putting ads. In addition, I've been approached by brands to do sponsored videos. Before I move on with the content, I want to explain why YouTube is such a great social media platform to be on, no matter what niche or industry you are in. The key difference between YouTube and other social media platforms such as Instagram and Facebook is that YouTube will pay you to have their ads shown in front of your viewers, as opposed to Facebook and Instagram where you have to pay them to get your content boosted up or in front of your ideal clients and customers. In addition, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world after Google, so why not leverage that? Now with that out of the way, let's get to the content. All right, lesson number one is to make 100 crappy videos. Yes, that's right, 100 crappy videos. And this is something I learned from a YouTuber named Roberto Blake. I've made about 100 videos and I would say that now I'm kind of getting into the rhythm and comfortable on camera and a lot more confident than I was if you compare it with the first few videos that I posted on YouTube. Mr. Beast, who is one of the largest YouTubers in the world, made 100 videos to only gain 1,000 subscribers. The quote, "make 100 crappy videos," doesn't have to be taken literally, but it simply means to just put yourself out there. You know, don't worry too much about all the details, the lighting, the equipment, the camera, but instead focus more on just getting your videos out there and then tweak and progress as you go along. The key is to get better with every video that you post, and don't be too overwhelmed with this thought because it doesn't have to be anything major. It can be as minor as the text and the fonts that you use on your thumbnail, or just a little tweak with your camera angle, or something that's placed on your backdrop that you can just swap around, just something as minor as that. But as you go and progress and get better, then your videos will then get better too. There's a thing called the plateau of latent potential that I learned from a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. When you feel like the time and effort you are putting into your YouTube channel or your business isn't getting you anywhere, this is called the valley of disappointment. Know that you're moving forward because you are getting better at your craft, learning from your mistakes and improving along the way. All right, moving on to lesson number two, and that is to start with what you've got. This is one of the biggest mistakes I made when I attempted to start a YouTube channel a few years back. I bought a DSLR camera, I had a three-way lighting setup, I had the microphone and all that, but I failed to record videos. So after thousands of dollars and zero videos, I ended up selling the equipment and that YouTube idea just went down the drain. So when I started again on YouTube, I just used a spare camera we had, which was the Canon G7X, and that did the job. I made it a challenge not to buy all this fancy equipment until I actually reached 5,000 subscribers. So that happened, and then I invested in things like lighting, and then the camera, and then the microphone. So my tip here is don't spend so much at the start. You want to use what you've got. If a smartphone is all you've got and that's the camera, then just use that. Moving on to the next lesson, which is finding your niche on YouTube. When I started out, I had this idea of just talking about entrepreneurship and business in general, but little did I know that is very broad, very vague. The other mistake is talking about all these subjects and people don't know exactly what your channel is about. What really grew my channel is by talking about a specific subject within a specific niche. So from entrepreneurship, I went down to online business. Then from online business, I talked about digital products. This video that you see here garnered 40,000 views and is currently ranking #1 for the keywords digital products. This video alone grew my channel. If you have a lot of topics that you want to talk about, what you can do is to fuse that topic with another so that it makes your channel unique. So for example, with my channel here, I talk about digital products, and on the other hand, I also talk about self-improvement and stoicism. You'll see this pattern on other channels such as Matt DeVella, who talks about minimalism and personal development. There's also Tina Young, who talks about makeup, beauty, and lifestyle. One of my favorite channels is Becky and Chris, who talk about home decor, aesthetics, and photography. So this is something you can implement so that you can narrow your niche a little more. Next lesson is to always plan and have a structure for your videos. This is another big mistake that I made, and I thought that just by coming up with the topic or video idea that I would just free flow the video, but in actual fact, you are going to say things that you probably wish you didn't and fluff up your video a lot and just mumble along. What you need to keep in mind is to respect your viewers' time. You don't want to waste their time. If you're going to promise 5 steps or 5 tips, then deliver that as soon as possible. The sooner you can start with what was promised in the title and thumbnail of your video, the better, as long as you give context at the beginning. I like to keep all my videos quite consistent and simple in terms of the structure. You can see this evident with all my past videos. All it is firstly a hook, which is about 5 to 10 seconds, which grabs their attention and tells them what's in it for them or what they'll learn in the video. Next is your intro, just a bit about the subject. After that, tell them what you promised to say, or in other words, the meat of the content. Next, you want to give a little summary or verdict of what you've already talked about. And lastly is the engagement and call to action part, where you simply tell them to like your video and subscribe to your channel and to watch your next video. And that pretty much sums up my own video structure. Next up, let's talk about YouTube money, which is one of the subjects you're probably most interested in. I'll get to the various ways, but firstly, let me explain what it is to put ads on YouTube, and that is called the YouTube Partner Program. This may sound a little weird, but at the start I hesitated to put ads on my YouTube videos, mainly because I didn't want to annoy my viewers. But what I learned is that most people are kind of desensitized to all these video ads and they skip it anyway. But as a YouTube creator, you are still getting paid if your YouTube videos are getting shown and viewed. There's actually a criteria, and you need to be eligible to join the YouTube Partner Program. Firstly, what you need is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. How much you make from YouTube ads really depends on the topics that you talk about, the niche, the age, and also the location of where your viewers are at. Someone who talks about business, investing, or real estate would definitely get a lot higher CPM, which is what YouTube calls it, and it means cost per mil or cost per 1,000 views, versus someone who, let's say, shares tutorials on playing the guitar. So there is a lot of money to be made with YouTube ads. I'd see it as icing on the cake because there are other ways of making money, which I'll explain. And I know some big YouTubers who predominantly make money just from YouTube ads. The next way of making money from YouTube is through affiliate marketing. This is something I'm actively doing with my YouTube channel. Whenever I create a tutorial about, let's say, a tool or software, I provide my affiliate link at the bottom, and when someone does buy through my affiliate link, I get a split or a commission out of that sale. The next way you can make money from your YouTube channel is through sponsorships and brand deals. The biggest misconception is that you need hundreds of thousands of subscribers or followers to then be approached by brands. But in actual fact, I started receiving brand deals when I had about 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. Some brands will approach you to simply promote their product or service in exchange for a commission for any sales you make, while some will offer complimentary access to their product or tool or whatever it may be. If those incentives sound good to you, then why not go for it? But what I like to do is also add my fee on top. I first started charging about $400 for a video that's about 20 minutes long, and that could be a review of their product or a tutorial around their product. Once I started reaching about 7,000 subscribers, I then upped my fee to about $1,200. Another tip here is to not wait for these sponsors and brands to approach you, but instead you approach them and tell them what's in it for them. But don't wait until opportunity knocks on your door. Instead, knock on their door. The next way to make money on your YouTube channel is through your own products and services. These could be online courses, personal coaching, or other types of things where you have control over what you're selling. With YouTube specifically, you can apply for Teespring and then integrate it with your YouTube channel. So then anyone who watches your YouTube channel will see this banner at the bottom with your custom merchandise, such as t-shirts and mugs and whatnot. Personally, YouTube just makes a small portion of my entire income. I do make money in other ways, and I have established online businesses in the past. I sell ebooks and I've got a membership site, and we also offer digital marketing services for offline clients. YouTube is a great addition to add as a passive income stream because you're getting paid on those ads that are getting viewed, and any past videos that you've already created in the past, those will hopefully get ranked on search through YouTube, and people will still watch that for years to come. All right, next key takeaway here is to make sure you optimize your videos for search. This is also called YouTube SEO, but you can sometimes have your videos ranked on Google as well. When I started on YouTube, I thought just by posting consistently and regularly that I'll get the views and subscribers naturally. Little did I know that you actually need a strategy behind it and to optimize your videos so that they can be found. The goal is to have your videos ranked at the top when someone searches for a specific key phrase or keyword. So in this example here, you can see that I'm ranked for digital products. One of the reasons why this video is ranked so well is because I've got the keywords that I was targeting, which is digital products, in the title and description of my video. Of course, there are also tags, but I've heard that this doesn't play such a huge factor versus if you put it on the title and description. Now, how do you know which keywords to actually put in and what keywords people actually search for? Well, that's where tools such as TubeBuddy and Morning Fame come in. There's another tool called vidIQ, which you can take a look at, but I personally use TubeBuddy and Morning Fame together. How it works is you search for your keywords and then it'll give you an indication as to whether it's an excellent keyword to go for or a poor keyword to go for. These tools would just be tools, so simply use it as guidance. All right, next lesson, and this is another technical one, and that is to focus on these 4 key metrics. Number 1 is views, number 2 is average click-through rate of your thumbnail, number 3 is audience retention rate, and number 4 is watch time. So firstly, views, this is kind of a given. You want to drive as much traffic to your videos to get as much views as possible, and this will give a good indication that people are watching your videos. But this alone isn't going to get your videos ranked on YouTube and suggested or recommended. There are 3 other factors. So the next is CTR, which means click-through rate of your thumbnail specifically. This simply means when someone sees your thumbnail, how many of those people that actually see it, or in other words, an impression, click on that thumbnail to view your video. The aim is to get as many people to click on your thumbnails. The higher, the better, of course, so then they can watch your videos. Creating thumbnails is quite an art, and you can spend all day trying to design and create thumbnails because that is one of the most crucial parts of having your video on YouTube. If people aren't inclined to click on your video, then no one is going to see your videos. The next metric is average view duration, or in other words, audience retention. This means how long you can keep viewers watching your videos. Of course, the longer you can hold someone and engage them on your videos, the better. If you have a 10-minute video and on average people watch it for 2 minutes, that's a 20% retention rate. So when you're creating your videos, make sure you focus on keeping your audience engaged. How you do this can be done in various ways, and this could be done by talking in a different way, making it more engaging, making them stick to the video, or making them watch to the very end. You can make your videos more interesting by adding B-roll, which, you're watching this video and you've seen the little additional clips that I've added on the video. All right, last and final metric is watch time. And that simply means views multiplied by average view duration. The thing is, YouTube favors content that keeps people on YouTube. It's their whole business model. By having high watch time, you're signaling YouTube that you're an authority in your niche or industry. So they'll more likely promote your videos and your channel on YouTube search and on suggested. All right, next up, if you really want to grow your YouTube channel, what I've learned is to go outside of the box and not depend so much on YouTube search and suggested and recommended to get views and subscribers. In other words, what you need to do is look for other avenues, more specifically email marketing. So build an email subscriber base. Although my main traffic source is through YouTube search, as you can see, how I've been able to boost my channel, boost my views and subscribers is through my own email subscribers. What I love about email marketing is that if you, for example, build an email subscriber base of 10,000 subscribers and you send out a broadcast to those 10,000, your email is guaranteed to be sent to those 10,000, of course, with the other factors of spam and your emails going to promotions tab. But when compared to, let's say, Facebook or Instagram and even YouTube, even though you do have, let's say, 10,000 subscribers and followers on Instagram or wherever, your message and your content isn't actually going out to all those 10,000. So whenever I have a new video that I've published, I simply send a newsletter to all my email subscribers, alerting them of that new video. And then that drives up views and of course subscribers too. So do consider email marketing as part of your overall strategy. All right, next up, once you've built some traction on YouTube and made some money ideally, is to make sure you reinvest that money back into your business. I touched on equipment in the other tip, but what I would invest in first is better audio. Viewers can forgive you for poor quality video, but they can't if the audio is bad and there's a lot of background noise and all sorts of things like that. So invest in a mic. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. It can just be a $20, $30 lav mic that you stick here. That will be better quality than from your smartphone or the built-in microphone on your camera. And of course, if you want to take things seriously, you can upgrade your camera. And perhaps if you want to save time, hire a video editor and upgrade your computer, which can mean better editing and faster processing of your video exports. So to grow your YouTube channel, it's wise to reinvest back to your business and YouTube channel as opposed to go and spending all that cash. The last and final tip I want to share with you is that consistency matters. The most common advice that you'll hear from successful creators on YouTube or anywhere for that matter, anyone that's done successfully as an entrepreneur, is that they've been consistent at what they do. For about 9 to 12 months, I started posting just one video a week until I got into the rhythm of things. And that's when I amped it up to 2 videos a week. But I recommend starting with at least 1 video per week. What's helped me a lot is to have a content schedule or editorial calendar that you can follow. So what I use is a tool called Notion. Ideas stay on one side, then it moves on to something that I need to script, then record, then edit, then publish. So it works in this kind of process, easy to follow, so then I can drag and drop what things that need to be done and all these video topics that come up. If I'm out and about and I come up with a great video topic that potentially I could talk about in the future, I note it down in the ideas section. Notion's got an app for Android and iOS devices, so if you do want to use Notion, then check that out. But otherwise, tools such as Asana and Trello can do the same thing. By staying consistent with your posting schedule, not only are you building trust amongst your viewers and they know when to expect a new video from you, but YouTube also favors it because they can see that you're obviously posting on a regular basis. The result also means that more videos will end up in search or suggested. And of course, you make more money from all the YouTube videos that are on YouTube. So there we go. Those are the mistakes, lessons, and key takeaways that I learned doing YouTube for 1.5 years and growing it to 10,000 subscribers. What I would say is to stop focusing too much on the outcome, but instead focus on the actual process. The thing is, people want to get quick results and they want to skip through the whole process and get to the good stuff. And when the journey proves harder than expected, they get discouraged and end up giving up. When I started my YouTube channel, I didn't know what to expect. I had a fear of going on camera. I feared being judged and criticized for what I was going to say. But I learned to stop these self-sabotaging thoughts and instead just focus on delivering value to my audience. The truth of the matter is, taking that first step is going to be the hardest. You just don't know what lies ahead until you make that first move. I didn't realize I could get so many opportunities, and especially so early on, from paid sponsorship deals to monetizing my YouTube channel. All this wouldn't have happened had I not hit that record button on my camera. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video and got value, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. Turn on notifications too, so that you don't miss out on any new videos I post up here on this channel. In the meantime, if you want to learn 20 video ideas for your YouTube channel, be sure to watch this video right here.